Hello and welcome back to my Forex DNA's Forex education videos. So the last video, which was done on January 11th, we had one open trade and we had two closed trades. We had a profit of 75 pips on closed trades and we had an open floating position. That open position is still open, and as of Friday the 15th, we are approximately 200 pips in the plus, as you can see over there. I have an open floating position of netting me approximately 127 pips, and let's take a look at by running a report as to how a trade has progressed, and then I will take you over to the candlesticks to show you exactly what happened in the markets. Now, had you been a scalper, you could probably have made more, and we will talk about that as well. There is a reason for me not moving my stops or my not closing my trades out, because I was hoping to demonstrate certain aspects of trading to you. So this is the report which shows that the two trades had closed for $81 profit, or approximately 75 pips. And I do have an open floating position with a profit of approximately $140 in gross profit, or $137 net profit after paying the rollover carry interest on this pair of approximately $3.54. And as you can see, my net position really is 50,218. I started with 50,000, so we are in the plus by approximately 200 points. So that's pretty good, given that it's been just 3 trades and we haven't really traded since January the 11th. And I've just been monitoring the market. So let's go over to the candlesticks and let me show you what has happened. When we first started out on the 11th, this is where our entry point was. We had opened our trade at 92.10 and I'd gone short. I did not place a stop loss on this on this last record, on this last trade, and I had not placed a limit, and did not place a limit on this record. My stop was right here, which is at 92.45, which was 35 pips away from my entry point. The markets on the 12th continued to go down and reached this bottom here, which is approximately, the low it hit was 90.715. The market reversed from there. Remember, this was Tuesday, and the trading day of Wednesday is when the carry trades get settled, and it's a settlement day. So I would have an unfavorable carry position for interest, so I would end up paying interest on this carry trade, and usually there'll be profit booking on that particular day, and that's exactly what happened. And the markets reversed and they continued to go up. I had not moved my stop to my open position, and what ended up happening, had you been a scalper, you would have had seen and noticed that there was a reversal. There's a classic candlestick formation right here. It's a long doji type of candle, and you can see that as the markets reversed, caused a higher high and a lower low, a higher low. And as you can see, that's how the markets progress, creating higher highs and higher lows, which would have been an early indication that, wait a minute, the markets are starting to reverse. This is the 15-minute chart of the USD Japanese yen pair, by the way. So as you can see on the 15-minute charts, the market gave us an early indication of a slight reversal, and it continued to go up. And this was the time when most people would panic and say, boy, I should have had probably booked my profits. Now, had you been a scalper, that would be a good technique to have booked your profits somewhere in this range over here, because you would not have known right over here if the market had already reversed. you probably would have had waited till approximately this price position when you had the confirmation that yes, the markets have started to reverse, and you would probably book your profits and get out of the trade. Now, since I was holding a long-term position, I let the markets ride. It almost touched my open position, my entry point, which was 92.10. It didn't quite touch it. It fell short because the high was 92.03. And from there, the markets reversed again and then started forming new lows. Today, at the end of the week's trading, the markets have bottomed here at 90.59, and then there was some consolidation as the day progressed, coming towards the close of the week, and the markets have consolidated here. Now, this does not necessarily mean that there is a higher high and a higher low being created. It's too early to say because the markets were consolidating at the end of the week. What remains to be seen is the new low going to continue to happen or not? I could take my profit and close my trade, take the profits and run. That is one way of doing your trading, and then come back another day and start the trading. However, when we take a look at the daily charts, as you can see, there is enough movement, room for movement further down. So that's why it is not making sense as yet for me to necessarily close the trade out. But if you are a scalper, there's nothing wrong in booking your profits, not leave the trade open over the weekend, which is not usually a good idea. And also, given that the Japanese do tend to manipulate their currency, I usually would like to close the trade out. But there are lots of indications here that we are in a very strong position in terms of the trend holding true. So I'm going to wait it out. It's a practice account. It's not a real account. Had it been a real account, probably you would have said, okay, let me just book my profits and get back into the game the following day or something to that effect. But I want to demonstrate you can do both swing trading as well as short-term scalping. If you had scalp, I'm currently like approximately 200 points in the plus. Yeah, if you were a scalper, you could probably have captured a few extra, by placing a few extra trades, captured additional pips. However, I'm going to let the trade remain open for the time being and see how the market performs. This is where the judgment comes into play. Were it my real account, I probably would have closed the trade and booked the profits and then gotten back in on Sunday evening or early Monday morning. But hope you find this useful. That's the analysis. You can see you can make it either way, as a swing position trader and or as a scalper, following the candlestick patterns and support, resistance and trend lines. Hope you find this video useful. Do go and visit my new website, www.myforexdna.com. We will be putting further videos there which may not be available on YouTube, and so feel free to visit. There will be lots more educational and analysis videos out there which may, if you are trying to learn Forex, help you in following the way we are trading and learn how to trade by figuring out how to place the correct trend lines and how to really figure out the entry and exit points. I know that is always a tough one for most beginning traders as to where do I put my entry, where do I put my stop, where do I put my limits. And hopefully the idea here is that we can help you with that type of decision making. I do show you exactly how the tradings are that I'm doing, and you can mimic them in your practice account till such time you are comfortable on your own to figure out how to place the stops and entry points. Thank you and see you at my site.